Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the 6.0's AC yet again. So, if you can see, we got both trucks in the carport I was telling you about in the last video. Monday, we had a lot of tornadoes here in the state of Arkansas, and today we're supposed to have hail and tornadoes, all kind of stuff. So we put both these in here. We put the 300 in the shop, actually, and well, all we got today was rain, and now the sun's shining. So we're gonna get the 6.0 out of here at least. But let me get up in this thing, and I'll tell y'all what we're gonna be doing today. Alright, so with the help of my grandpa, we got this thing out of here. That, I know it looks like a good bit on camera, but that was a lot more stressful than I would have liked it to be. Because we can't go forward. If you see that hump right there in the ground, that is our septic tank. So what we did yesterday, we pulled the white truck in there, got it all the way over, as far forward as we could, because my grandpa knows about where the corner of the septic tank is. So we got it, and then we pulled this in there and then backed the white truck up. That way we had plenty of room. Well, I would be lying if I said, because there's the motorhome, the bumper, and then there is a post in the ground right there with electrical that we plug the motorhome into. I'd be lying if I said we had anything more than an inch coming out of there on the white truck tire, that bumper, and that post, and then maybe 3 or 4 inches over there with the mirror all the way in. But anywho, so in the last video, I think in the last video, I don't remember, but I talked about the AC in this truck. So we have an interesting development about that. So that was the day before my birthday, and we put some Freon in this thing, and it worked. Drove it around, it worked fine. Well, come to find out, it only works for so long, and then when the compressor de-energizes and it kicks in or kicks out, whatever you want to call it, it quits blowing cold air, and it will not re-engage until you cut the truck off and open the door. So if you know, when you cut it off, it still has some interior power or some power, and then when you open the door, it kind of kills everything. So what we're gonna do now, I was thinking about it and running through all the different ways that this stuff works in this truck, and I'm thinking in my head that we may possibly have a bad relay. So we're gonna go get one right now. Hopefully AutoZone's not closed yet, but we're gonna go get one real quick. We'll come back and I'll explain a little bit more of kind of my thinking, but we're gonna run up here, like I said, get a relay, come back, throw it in, and we're gonna see what this thing does. All right, so it is the next day. We did get a relay. I'm actually about to throw it in here in just a second, but I kind of wanted to show y'all, we've been doing some clearing here, if you would call it that. But anyway, like I said, we're working on doing a bit of clearing, but I did get a relay. So let me grab it here, put it up here in this console. But picked one up yesterday at AutoZone. So this is what they had. So hopefully it works. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna pop the hood here, and well, we'll swap this relay out, and we'll see if this fixes our issue. Now, I did mention, and I need to look and make sure that's the right relay. But I also mentioned, I kind of thought it through in my head, and thinking about it, it could really probably only be the relay. So I did mention we found some metal in the orifice tube, but like I said, this compressor hasn't made any noise at all, out of the ordinary, you know. So I kind of wonder if that was from the previous compressor, because it was locked up. But so that's that. And again, the compressor works fine when like right now, since I opened the door, reset it, I could turn the truck on probably and it would blow cold air. It's a little cool today, but it would probably blow cool air. Put you on here that way, hopefully I don't get a bunch of noise. But this thing, it works. So everything on heat functions as it should, and I did a test on it, and I'll actually, let me grab this and I'll start this thing up and I'll show you all the test that we did. Okay, so I did some research, and turns out the blend doors on these, you can do a test on them. So if you hold, I believe it was floor auto off, or floor off auto, yeah, hold floor off and auto, or hit auto afterwards, and it will test the blend door. If you see on this truck, it runs its little test, and then it'll show all the functions on the screen and a well, that. So after doing some research, that tells me that everything here functions properly. Hit the defrost button and it goes off, and then we'll turn it, and that also kind of resets it. So if we put it on 60 here, it's not gonna blow cold, obviously. We'll start the truck, turn this on, see here, and there we go. Starts off warm, slowly gets colder and colder and colder, as it should. So this works. Cut this off for y'all, but all that works. So that would lead me to think, well, maybe the computer is not telling the compressor to re-engage, but this has a new computer, as y'all know. When we had all of our issues with this truck a year and a half ago, something like that. So this is a new computer, so that shouldn't be the issue. And again, you cut the truck off, you open the door, it resets everything, you know, because right now nothing has power. So it, you know, it resets everything, and then the thing works. So that tells me that there's something causing it to kind of die out. So in the sense of the relay is what tells the compressor, or sends power to the compressor and energizes it. You know, there's a coil on the compressor, but the relay is the kind of the power supply for everything. So we're going to replace this relay and see what it does, because again, in my head I would think it's a wiring issue because it doesn't re-engage afterwards, but there shouldn't be anything at all that would go away, fade away consistently, and then as soon as you cut the truck off, reset everything, then it works again. So like I said, we're gonna try this relay, see what it does, and well, I guess we will go from there. All right, so it's a bit later, it's a little warmer now, as well. But like I said, we've been cleaning up. Got some more trees cut. Got a bunch of that stuff scraped out of there for what our little blade here will do. You see, I got an old, I think that's a school bus drum for the brakes to try to give a little more cut into it. But I think we're probably going to have to run over this 2 or 3 different times. But since it is a little warmer, I'm going to take the truck up the road, drive it around. Generally, before, we would get about 3 miles worth of driving or so on AC, and then it would kind of fade out. So I'm going to take it up the road here, and well, I guess we'll see what it does. Alright, so as y'all can see, it's a little later again. Sun's going down on us, but we drove it and nothing. So we come back and was looking at a couple things, and my grandpa actually had the idea. So I'd also possibly thought about maybe the pressure switches. Yeah, so I just turned it on, it's hot, so no cold air at all. Even with the truck was off a second ago. But anyway, I had the idea of possibly maybe the pressure switches might have been an issue. So my grandpa actually unplugged the pressure switch and jumped the wires in it. I don't know which one, I don't remember which one it is. The one up here, up top. Because I know there's one up top and then there's one down there by the actual compressor. But the one up top up here, he actually jumped the wires and AC blew cold. And we went and drove it about 2 miles, and it faded out just like it has been doing. Plugged the thing back in, and it was still, you know, still nice and warm or cold. Again, drove it about 2 miles, nothing. Come back, unplugged it, plugged it back in, about 2 miles, nothing. But as long as he had that jumped, it worked perfectly fine. So I don't know, you know, maybe we need to get a new pressure switch. I'm gonna do some more research tonight, see if I can figure out anything or any like resistance readings on a multimeter going through the switch or on the wiring side or anything like that. And I guess we'll go from there. So if y'all have any ideas, drop a comment down below, because we replaced, y'all know when we got this thing, we replaced both the pressure switches, we replaced the compressor, we replaced the evaporator, the orifice tube, the relay. We've put what, 4 relays in this thing now. Did the relay, the engine, the PCM. We replaced when we did the engine harness, the fuses. We've checked the fuses. The fuses are good, but if the fuses weren't good, I wouldn't think you should be able to jump it and make it work. So this thing works perfectly fine on heat. It's just air conditioning, so I don't know. Like I said, if y'all have any ideas, drop a comment down below, let me know. But guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. If y'all enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I hope y'all have a great day.